Hello, everybody. Happy New Year. Happy 2023. Welcome back to the J Lounge. Of course, you guys know I'm your hostess with the mostest, Miss J, aka Miss Simone Jackson. Always here to bring you guys another great episode of the J Lounge. Of course, all y'all know out there, the J Lounge is a celebrity-based podcast show where we talk with singers, directors, actors, you name it. They all come down here. They all chill. We all have a great time. As per norm, I'm always excited to be introducing my next guest. He is an R&B singer-songwriter. He's had a great year already. He sang the Christmas, he actually sang the national song on Christmas Eve at the Kansas City Chiefs game. He also has a brand new song, Want to Change the World, coming out this week. And he is here to talk about his work and his passion. Everyone, please give a super warm welcome to RJ Griffith. Hi, RJ.
Hey,
Hello.
thank you. Hi.
Welcome. How are you?
I am great, and yourself?
I am doing amazing. I am so excited to be speaking with you here today. I appreciate you giving me your time. We here at the J Lounge are excited, so thank you.
Yes, I'm excited to be here, and that someone wanted to talk to me on a Saturday,
Right, so. On a Saturday, usually Friday, Sunday, yes, but on a Saturday, that is rare. Yes, we like to do things different here at the J Lounge. We switch it up.
Hey,
All right. RJ, I'm gonna go ahead and fire the first question at you. I want to know, what began your passion for singing?
Well, as a kid, I always listened to Jackson 5 growing up and everything. And with my twin brother and I, we would sing those songs in the car. And then, but you don't think so much on it growing up. And then when I was in 5th grade, I was in a summer camp and I liked this girl and she could sing really well. And so they was like, hey, does anyone want to sing a duet? Her name was Perry. And I was like, I do, not knowing what I was getting myself into. And so I sang the duet and had my solo and stuff like that. Now, I didn't win her over, but I found out that I was able to sing. And I took that and I ran with that.
Oh my goodness. Yes, Jackson 5. Who wasn't listening to ABC back then?
Yes,
I was ABC. And you have a twin. That's so cool.
Yes,
that's
an identical twin.
Oh my goodness. Oh wow. But that is an awesome way to start. Glad you got your start. But going on to number 2 question, describe your sound.
I think my sound is a mix between Chance the Rapper and
Love it.
The band Surfaces. If you've ever heard them, or you probably heard that song. They got the song Sunday's Best, like feeling good, like I should when it's walking around the neighbor. Yeah, so
nice
that's a mix. Thank you. So it's a mix between that, because Chance the Rapper just has these sounds, instrumentation wise, that just captivate you. And I mean, his style of music is just feel good music. And then once Surfaces came out a couple years ago, I was like, yo, this is what I want to make right here. And yeah, so that's a mix of my sound between Chance the Rapper and Surfaces. And if y'all ever watch this, please let's do something together. So
yes, love it. Love it. I think the best things about Chance the Rapper's music is he's bringing fun back into music. Joyous fun, the type you had back in high school when it's the last days of high school, you're playing all that good songs, all of that. That's what I get. And that's what I love definitely about your music, that feel good music that definitely is missing. And I'm glad y'all are bringing it back. Thank you. We need those box back, okay?
Yes,
say.
Definitely.
Going on to the number 3 question. For first-time listeners of your music, what song would you suggest they listen to really get you and understand you as an artist?
Song that literally defines my career right now is my song called Good Day. And that's been the biggest song of my career so far. So that's what people know me for. And if you want to know who RJ Griffith is, and that was the birth of what I was supposed to do. I had released music previously before that song and it didn't do too well. But once I released this song, all of a sudden a buzz started to happen in my career. So Good Day by RJ Griffith is the song that defines me as of right now, because I got new music. But you know, that song still defines me because people tell me, they be like, man, it's something about that Good Day song, man. Man, that's your best song. You can't write nothing better than that. And it's like, oh, I think I can. But yes, that
Yeah.
song, but that song defines me, and it defines my character, my personality, and it defines what I stand for, and that's positive vibes only. So yeah.
Yes, yes. And I'm sorry, you can never go wrong with having Good Day in the title of your song. You can never go
No, not at
wrong.
all.
Ice Cube proved it, you know, today
Yes.
is a good day. I'm just saying, he proved
Definitely.
it. So
I wish I could have got him on a remix. Yes.
oh my goodness, I would die. I would die. Ice Cube, if you're
Yes.
listening.
Look, for real, for real.
We need to put some flavor back in it. It's a good day. Let's do it.
Yes.
All right. Going on to the next question, RJ, I want to know, name 3 people who influenced your career and why.
Oh, so number 1 is going to be Michael Jackson.
Yes.
So because that's how we learn our ABCs, you know, especially in the Black community. Like our parents are playing, if you grew up in the 90s and everything like that, or the 80s or whatever, but that's how we learned our ABCs. We learn by singing them, you know. So the ABC is easy as 1, 2, 3. So it's just like, that's what caught my attention. And then just starting to, as we got older and then internet came into play, you got to research these people and learn. And just Michael Jackson's entertainment level, his performance, you know, level and vocal quality was unmatched, and it still is to this day, in my opinion.
I
and
agree.
So Michael Jackson, definitely, because he survived for decades and learned how to reinvent his sound, but not him, because he kept his style the same, flashy and everything like that throughout until the time of his death. But so number 1, Michael Jackson. Now, number 2 is the person who Michael Jackson studied, and that was James Brown. So, so James Brown is the second biggest influence of my career because of his work ethic. He was the hardest working man in show business. The man was on the road 350 days out of the year and will give you the same quality of show night after night for 2 to 3 hours. And it don't matter how tired your voice is, but he's going to give you his all. He's going to leave it all on the stage. And his, I really, really like have gone down a rabbit hole and studied James Brown like crazy, music wise. And people look at him for his dancing, but the things that the man was doing vocally are very slept on. For you to scream like that and all of that, and just, it was just, he was incredible. I wish I could have met him. So James Brown, number 1, in his business, he was a true businessman, and people don't realize that as well. So the things that he wanted to do for the Black community and for the culture, you know, so he made music for the world, but also the money he made, he put it back into the culture.
Yes,
so
he did.
That's what I respected so much about him. And he was performing as well, giving you the same quality of show up to his passing as well. And number 3, a lot of people that know me know this person is like the most vital person in my career, and that's Jamie Foxx. So yes. So I literally learned how to sing by imitating Jamie Foxx growing up and stuff like that. And because of the Jamie Foxx show and everything. So I was like, this is what I want to do. Like, you know, when he, what's the song? The wedding song. Oh my gosh. Well, it's been 5 years. Can't hold back my tears. Like, I just, oh my gosh. And so in high school, the Unpredictable album came out. And I learned that album top to bottom and was singing those songs to the ladies. And I was just, man, look, I was like, wow, you know, that album shaped who I was vocally. And so like a lot of people always say they can hear that influence, even on my writing as well, for my R&B stuff, my love songs, I mean. So Jamie Foxx is a triple threat as far as he can sing, he can act, and I started off as an actor. So just like and went into singing. So it's like now I'm making that switch back into acting. We'll talk about that later. But so it's just, and I'm funny too, naturally. Like I haven't done any stand-up yet. I want to do it. I keep on saying I'm gonna do it, but I make a lot of skits and stuff like that on social media. But yeah, so Jamie Foxx is literally the most vocally influential person I've had in my career. And I was this
Love
close to
it.
meeting him one day back in LA. But I was at the table with his younger sister and did not know that was his sister. She didn't
Oh
say
my
that who her
gosh.
brother was. But yeah, I was at the table with a whole bunch of known people, and they all know obviously Jamie Foxx and stuff like that. And I was just like, I seen on social media one day after I met her, Jamie Foxx like, "Happy birthday, little sis." And I looked, I said, "Man, this girl look familiar." And I looked, I said, "Oh my gosh." Like I was just at dinner with her like 3 months ago. Like, and I complimented her. I said, "Man, that's a really dope purse she had on. She had a guitar purse on." I was like, "Do you do music?" She was like, "No." Now, somebody else would have probably like, "My brother does though," but she didn't, obviously. But yeah, so one day I
That
hope to meet
is
him.
obvious. Yeah. For one, those are amazing choices. For two, Michael Jackson. Without Michael Jackson, people, we would not
Yes.
have the music that we have today.
Yes.
He birthed it all, really. I
Yeah.
mean, Thriller, still the best album of
Yes.
all
Yes.
time. You can't touch something that's so classic. And his
Yes.
voice, I just watched The Wiz the other day. Just remind
Favorite
me
musical.
how pure his voice was, and when he would get deep down in those real soulful notes, and I just love it when singers do that. It's just the
Yeah.
best. I was like, that is that voice. That is that voice that made him a star.
Oh,
I mean, yeah.
definitely.
I mean, and then we go on to James Brown. They called him the hardest working man in show business for a reason. As you just said, it doesn't matter if he just performed for just 6 hours. If he's got another performance, he's going to perform like he just started. He is
Yes.
going to give you that performance. And what he did for the culture, hands down. I mean, I still love that song, Say It Loud, I'm Black and
Yes.
I'm Proud. He made it just absolutely a proud moment to be Black when he made
Yes.
his songs. And it just is so important. It was just, he was celebrating before anybody else was celebrating. So,
Exactly.
so it's important. And then when we get to Jamie Foxx, honestly, RJ, I don't know how many guests I've had on my show that has mentioned Jamie Foxx, and how could we not? I mean, the man has done it all. He's
Yes.
just the pinnacle of success to me, and he can do anything. I mean, the fact that the man can do Django, then turn around and host Shazam, to me, is priceless.
Yes.
It is priceless. Not many people can do that. So
Not at all.
it is awesome. And I believe one day y'all meet. I mean, heck, you might even do an album together. Who
Look, I
knows?
receive it. I receive it.
It is just, I love those influences. Those are great, honestly.
Thank
Really,
you.
really great choices. Going on to the next question, number 5. RJ, I want to make sure my audience keeps up with you, your music, your work. Where are you on social media?
Yes, so you can follow me on all social media platforms. That's Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook at RJG Music. That is my handle on everything. And if you play Xbox, my gamer tag is RJG Music. I keep it the same all the way around. And so,
I love it.
and on streaming platforms, RJ Griffith, I have 3 EPs out. One called Pray, Prey, another R&B, one called Direction, and then another one called A Good Day, ... And so, yeah, and I have some singles out, a lot of singles out. And yeah, so you can stream my music. You can follow me on all streaming platforms, social media platforms at RJG Music, and my website, I almost forgot, it's rjgriffin.com. So yes.
And of course, I highly encourage my audience, make sure you go follow RJ Griffith on all social media platforms, stream his music on all music platforms, and just check him out, because of course we want to see more of RJ's music, and we just want to see more of RJ. And don't be afraid to give him a shout out. Say, hey, tell him in his music, all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, make sure you guys do that. All right, going on to the next question, RJ, what future projects are you currently working on that you can just give a little bit of dish about to the J Lounge audience?
So I'm working on my debut album, which is called You're Too Positive. So,
Ooh,
so because when I first came into the industry 8 years ago, a lot of music executives told me that my music was too positive.
Like, that's a
And
bad thing.
yeah, they told me it was too positive. And then Chicago radio here, the R&B and hip hop stations, they told me my music was too positive to play on the stations. So I took that, and I felt like I tried to run away from that for so long. But making feel good, uplifting music is who I am. I can, like, R&B and love songs is also a part of me, who I am as well. But what works for me and what speaks to the masses is the feel good music. So the being told that I was too positive, that's kind of like I have a chip on my shoulder now because of that. So it's just like, you mean to tell me that we've been programmed and brainwashed in this world so much that you think being positive is a problem? Right. So yes. So yes, so that's my debut album coming out sometime this summer or early fall. And then I have a new song that I just released called "Wanna Change the World" featuring Nancy Fafita. So yeah, that just dropped on January 2nd. And then the music video is actually coming out tomorrow. That's what, January 8th, Sunday, January 8th. So by the time you all listen to this, it will already have been out. So definitely go check that out on YouTube and everything like that. So yeah, just working on that and just trying to collaborate with some other artists this year and stuff like that. Just trying to really spread the message of positivity.
Yeah, I mean, my goodness. I mean, you're just trying to spread some positivity, and people are just, you're
yes.
too positive.
Yes.
That's a good thing, isn't it not? I mean, but it comes like what you just said. Are we so programmed to be, so depressed and so
yes.
angry and so sad and so lost that when someone brings happiness and positivity, it's a bad thing? I mean,
yes.
Especially for the culture more than ever, we need uplifting, good, feel good music. Yes. I mean, that's what we need. I mean, this is what feel good music is what got, Black people through the hardest times. So we need that. We need that more than ever.
And the industry, they rather see us. I mean, that's why it gets pushed to the forefront of glorification of us harming one another and stuff like that. Music that glorifies drugs and over sexualizing each other, whether it be men or women. But it's just like, it's crazy. And so I'm just on a mission, and I'm like going against the grain. And I know the industry gonna try to silence a lot of this stuff, and social media will, because just imagine when you open up a social media app and something negative that happened in the world, that's going to be the first thing that pop up on your timeline. And then imagine someone just graduated as a doctor, and they post a picture of that on social media. It ain't going to get as much love as the negative thing that just happened, because everybody's sharing the negative thing on their stories and stuff like that. But some good that somebody done, it gets overlooked. And I've realized that. And so, yeah, it's just time to deprogram, and I'm going to fight it until the day I die. So, yeah.
So agree. That's why here at the J Lounge, I refuse to do any of the negative stuff just because it's being done every single day by almost everybody.
Yes.
And that's not what that's not what I choose to focus on. I choose to focus on what can we do to progress? What can we do to learn? What can we do to do something better? And it's just to me a lot more worthwhile than seeing, bad stories every day, negative stories every day. It's draining, and it can definitely make people feel hopeless. And I want to bring hope back, to people.
Yes.
Hope is still there.
Yes. And I love that. And I thank you for lending your platform to artists like me, to help spread the message even more.
Absolutely.
Because this world is too depressed. But when you're depressed, why are they pushing out depressing music? They put that, hey, listen to this. Come on now. So it's just like, and people still buy it and support it, and y'all make these artists rich. Like, it's crazy to me, and it's so many people, but you got people like Chance the Rapper. He made an album about his wedding and making songs for his wife, and people say he was a lame for making songs dedicated to his wife. So now that's a problem. It's crazy how this world is now. A Black man that's happily married, making songs about love, And that's a problem.
Yeah.
Wow. Like, please, when did we get away from that? That's what we grew up on, Motown and all this stuff in the
Yes.
60s, 70s, and 80s. Love was that thing. Now it's like, no, it's we anti-love, we anti-marriage. You're a lame because you're making songs because you're dedicated to one woman or one person in your life. That's crazy
Right.
to me now. We gotta fix that. Oh, we gotta fix that.
Exactly. I so totally agree. Love songs, R&B. I mean, come on. Jagged Edge, Let's Get Married.
Oh
I
my
mean, that was one of the
gosh.
biggest songs back
Yes.
in the day.
Yes.
Come
Now
on.
you play that nowadays, the new generation, they're gonna say that's a lame song right there.
Oh my gosh, if I ever hear that in my presence, my heart will stop. My heart will stop. Okay. I can't handle that now. I
Yes.
can handle a lot of things, but the bashing of Jagged Edge and Let's Get Married, I will not stand for. I
Oh
will
my God,
simply not
that was a
stand for
great
it.
song. The first one, the second place, when I tell you this,
Oh
I'm
my
leaving to say what's on my heart. Man, that was that joint too.
Oh
Okay,
my
let me
Lord,
stop.
that was a beautiful note, by the way. Oh my gosh, a natural singer you are. You can just do it anywhere, anytime, any second.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. All right, going on to the next question there, RJ. Where are some of your favorite places to perform?
Ooh. So, okay, I'm gonna say, since I just did it, I just sang the national anthem on Christmas Eve for the Kansas City Chiefs in
How
front of
cool is
like
that?
almost 80,000 people. It was an amazing
Ooh,
experience. So, and that right there was an exhilarating experience. And I don't know if my music or my career will ever get me to the point where I'm performing in front of 80,000 people. But for right now, that's my favorite place to perform, where it's everybody looking at me, and there's no music to back me up. It was just all acapella. This is what you're
yes.
gonna get, because a lot of singers are shy away from that. But that's a whole nother conversation. And so that, and I love performing at like lounges for R&B, for my love stuff.
Yes.
I love that. But one of the most important things that I love to do is when I get to go into the schools and speak to the kids, and then I always get to sing at the end. So just being able to spread
Wow.
my message to the youth is like one of the biggest things that I love to do, because they don't see artists like me every day. First off, half of them don't be knowing who I am. And then once I get done, then they do. But their favorite artist is not going to come to their schools. So
Right.
that's one of the biggest things to me, is like, let me show you that you should pay more attention to some of your more local artists, or your artists that's out here trying to change the world and influence their communities. So I enjoy doing that, because you'll be surprised how many of the kids will write you on social media and start telling you their life stories because of the message that you spread when you come to their schools and speak to them, and they hear your music, and like, oh, I was about to take my own life today, but then I heard you come and speak, and you made me want to live and gave me hope. So that's the biggest thing, and I can't wait to continue to do more of that. So yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that is amazing. That really is absolutely amazing. And I love all of that. I love how you go to schools,
Yes,
talk to the kids, because it's important. This is, the new generation that will one day take over. So it's important that they, start off on a positive note and get positivity. So
and church
I
too.
like that.
So yeah, that's another one.
Yes,
Yes. So,
absolutely.
yeah.
All right, just got a couple more questions for you, RJ, going on to the next one. What goals do you hope to achieve in your music career?
Ooh, so many. We could be here for hours. But I hope to have one of the biggest sync placement careers as an artist. I love making music for TV and film. So I would love to just have one of the most synced songs, or one of the most synced catalogs of all time, because my music can literally be used for so many commercials, so many TV shows and films. So it's just, so that is one of my biggest goals. And also I don't care to be like the biggest artist in the world. I'd rather be that person where everyone, you just hearing my songs on every time you turn on the TV, every time you turn on the radio, every time you go to the movies, you just hear my music and you're like, who is this guy? But you just hear it. And so that's one of the biggest goals for that. And also to just have my music translate over into my acting career. And so
yeah.
that's another thing, because I want to be like, I want to be like Jamie Foxx, or
Yes.
so it's just having that option. And so yeah, just getting back into acting. I like I said, I started out doing that as a kid and then focused more on singing, but I just been back training for acting for the last year and a half. So and I'm so I got a couple things that I will be pursuing this year. I can't speak on them yet, but so that I've auditioned for last year. So those are some of the big things. So just being a big influence in the world.
Mhm.
I don't have to be Bruno Mars, but
Right.
as long as you know who I am and like, hey, this man is out here doing this, and also to make enough to become wealthy enough to really fund my nonprofit that I have. And
Oh my
so
gosh.
that's my
Yes.
biggest, that's the biggest like goal, is to have so much money and have so many wealthy entertainment friends and just wealthy people around me that they are all in about my community efforts, which my nonprofit is called Positive Vibes Only. So yeah,
Yes.
so it's a
Love it.
501c3 nonprofit, and we've been doing things since 2018. So that's the biggest goal. And feeding people during the pandemic. We was giving out 1,500, 2,000 boxes of food every month,
Oh,
and
wonderful.
then and it's completely self-funded. So we have some people that give some donations, but my wife and I, we fund the nonprofit. And so just that's the biggest goal. And we're in the works of starting the food pantry. So
Oh,
now
that is
that's my
awesome.
goal. So to have one of the biggest worldwide organizations, that's planted in different states and countries, where we just get to do all these things to get back to the less fortunate, because that's what it's all about. So that's
That
my
is
biggest
beautiful.
goal.
That is awesome. That is awesome. I love it. That's so community based and just helping out and just reaching back out, because that's what's needed more than ever right now.
Yes.
I know. I honestly, if anything, I'm glad to see there's still humanity,
Yes.
left here. I know that, well, these past couple of years has been rough, but I'm glad that there's still humanity and there's still people who are still trying to do the right thing and still trying to help out their fellow communities and fellow people and all of that. And I think that's awesome. I really
Yes.
do.
Thank you so much.
And I love it. All right. Going on to the last question to you, RJ. Going on to number 10, going on last question. Any advice for aspiring singers who are hoping to be as successful as you in their careers?
My advice that I would give is to work at your craft.
Yeah.
Don't expect to get paid right away, first off, and be in the industry or do music or whatever you are pursuing because you love it and not because you're just chasing a bag. Because when you just money hungry and money influenced, it's not going to work out that way.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say work at the craft, respect the craft, and also just be resilient, because you're going to get so many no's in this industry. It's not even funny. And
Right.
that one yes though will either change your life forever, or it can either catapult your career to another level. And so I was told no for so many years, and then I wrote Good Day. And
Yes.
so I wrote Good Day in 2017 and in July. And my story is, I was literally about to take my own life, because I had lost everything I had from being an ex-educator for Chicago Public Schools. My wife and I were 1 year newlyweds, and we had to give up. We had to sell our house and gave up everything we had besides our cars and our clothes. And we had to move back in with my mom for 4 years. So just imagine being married and your mama across the hall from you. So, but yeah, so you know, so it's just about being resilient. And I could have given up so many times over these last 8 years. And so I kept going for it, even though I wasn't making money like that. And then once I released that one song, the local news here in Chicago, ABC 7, played it on the news. Then all of a sudden, my numbers started to go up. Then the radio, the gospel radio played me because mainstream radio didn't play me. So gospel radio added my song into rotation without anything. I didn't even know they had added it already. And so it's just, you'll be surprised how if you stay true and just stay persistent, then you will start to gain some traction. And then I became the theme song. I was the first artist to have an original song become the theme song of a newscast here called Good Day Chicago on Fox 32.
Oh,
So,
wow.
I had a commercial running up to 15 times a day. So millions of people got to see my face every day before they start the news at 4 a.m. They play my commercial throughout the day. They play me during the Super Bowl in 2020 here in Chicago. So you'll be surprised at what you can do when you stay true to who you are, number one. So, and just be, like I said, persistent and work. I've done so many shows. I've sang, I've toured all over. Literally, I used to be signed with a gospel group. So we toured all over and just learning and learn, guys, be students of this, because you can't just be an artist. You got to be a business person as well. So just learning how to capitalize off your opportunities, because every opportunity is not going to be a paid opportunity. But some exposure opportunities can lead to other things. I'm a national anthem singer here for the White Sox, and I've been doing that since 2018. And the Kansas City Chiefs found me singing on YouTube from a video from 2021 and reached out to me and booked me and flew me out on Christmas Eve. They could have had me sing at any other games. Like, artists, listen to me. Like, your moment is going to be your moment. So they had singers that came and sang weeks before me that were bigger than me, like X Factor contestants, American Idol contestants. I look these people up. I'm like, dang, why me for this game though? Specifically, right. Because your moment is your moment, and it's a God thing. So stay true to who you are and work at it, and then you can get the treatment that I got. I got treated like a king out there for Christmas Eve, like getting drove around, chauffeured around everywhere for days, getting everything, stayed in the luxury hotel with the Seattle Seahawks. They all stayed in the same hotel as I did. And then I got snowed in. We got stuck in Kansas City. I was out there for 2 more days, after Christmas. And the Kansas City Chiefs pay for all of this because of my gift. Yeah. So it's just like, be true to yourself and honor what you do and love what you do, and you're going to grow. And absolutely, the future is bright for everybody. So just stay true and work and work and work and work. And when you feel like you've reached a certain level, work some more. So,
absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. And that is one hell of a truth. Work on your craft and everything else will come later. Your time will come. Everything else will fall into place later. But work on your craft. And then when you're done working, continue to work some more.
Yes.
Then you put on that extra effort. I agree with that. I really do. RJ, it has been one hell of a pleasure for me to be able to interview today. You are an incredible artist. You got a natural gift. That is absolutely known. So that is the absolute truth. You got a natural gift. I love your direction, and I love how you're community based, because it's important to be community based. So I think that's amazing. I love that you're giving back the way that you do.
Yes. Thank you so much. So I just love this, and I enjoy this. And just to finish off my story, I get to finish. So like I said, I moved in. We had to live with my mom for 4 years. Then in 2020, we stacked up enough money and bought a 4-unit apartment building. So now I'm now artist. I'm gonna teach you how to be a business person now. So that 4-unit apartment building, that pays the mortgage on this place that you see right here in my background. So we don't pay a mortgage. So that pays. So it's just learning other things, how to bring in passive income and residual income. So real estate, guys, take the money that you earn from your artistry and put it in something else. So like my wife and I have 3 properties right now. So it's just like all of those different things. So taking those moments and growing from them and letting them create who you are, but not define who you are. So it's a difference. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I agree with that. From the one and only RJ Griffith himself, y'all make sure you take in that advice, because living proof right here. you know, and blessings still to come. So for RJ and in your career, I can't wait to see more what you do. And I can't wait to my audience just learns more about you and your music. And because I think it's amazing.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Of course, you guys know this has been the J Lounge. I have been your hostess with the mostest, Miss J. I want to thank everyone for listening in. I want to thank my incredible guest, RJ Griffith. Of course, I highly encourage everyone, make sure you check out RJ on all social media platforms. Make sure you stream the music on all music platforms as well. Give him a shout out, give him a hey, ask him for advice. He's obviously got a knowledge of hard work and determination. So definitely ask him for that. And of course, you guys know, if you guys want to be on the J Lounge, just hit me up with an email at jacksonstacy0@gmail.com and come down and just sit and chill with me. I'm always looking for more guests. All right,
Thank you
then,
so much for having me.
Of course, you've been amazing. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, everybody, this has been Miss J. I want to thank RJ Griffin one more time. Thank you, everyone, for listening in. I'll be back with another great episode here soon. Till then, mwah. Have a wonderful day. I'll be back soon.